when you tell one lie, you got to remember the 100 lies that you told to cover that lie up.
That wasn't no lie.
Be quiet and don't talk.
I know you want to control this room, but this isn't Burger King. When the sign changes to Burger King, you can have it your way. Right now, this is my courtroom, and you will answer my questions.
Under my fifth.
And stop. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury? Yes or no?
Hey everyone. So, I guess she's at it again. Mrs. Portland. Poor pitiful creature. So I guess Mrs. Portland is continuing her reign of terror. Hey Patty, how are you? Everyone can hear me all right? Just making sure everyone can hear me without having audio problems. Okay, just making sure. All right. So, we all know what happened during the summer. Mrs. Portland got arrested. She decided to call the police on Noodle. And it backfired. And we saw that X denounced her. Way to go, X. Wait. Hey, Red Door. Hey, Tracy. So, she tells the police that she's going to get revenge on Noodle. To them at the county jail. Hey, Julie. She said she cries to the judge that she's only wants to go on YouTube to do her crafts. Hey, Navigator. Hey, Noodle. But did she mean it? Do her apologies ever? Does she mean I'm sorry? No. We all know that she's not sorry for anything. She's one of the most selfish, condescending people I have seen on here. She's been known to come in, run off that big mouth of hers, someone has an issue with her, she cusses them out. And then when she gets a response on this platform, which everyone on here has the right to do, if they're getting talked about or whatever the deal is. And Noodle has every right to talk about this. She cries, I'm the victim. Stop harassing me. Stop hate attacking me. So we tried ignoring her. I haven't really talked about her since her sentencing. Because she claimed she claimed that she was going to do her crafts. Well, she may have started that way for a week or so. But then she went on her bashing noodle tour. She has to do it all over again. So it hasn't even been 90 days, and she's violated her probation. What a shocker. What a shock. Ugh. Is anyone shocked that she's violated her probation in under 90 days? Hey, Missy K, welcome. Is anyone shocked or bewildered with the fact, knowing Mrs. Portland acts on this platform, that she violated her probation? And I even said today in Noodle's chat, this bench probation is a pain in the ass. I'm going to tell you why it's a pain in the ass. Because in order to violate someone's probation, the victim, who happens to be Noodle Mash, has to file the paperwork. She has to report the violation to the court. Pain in the ass it is. And her so-called friends navigator are facilitating her violating that order. It's lifetime. It's a lifetime order. It's not going away. That anti-stalking order is permanent. So it doesn't matter if they don't agree with it or not. So little Shih Tzu can disagree with it all she likes. And her little friends over there, that's irrelevant. It's irrelevant if they don't like it. The reality is there's an order in place. There's an anti-stalking order in place by the state of Oregon, and Mrs. Portland has to follow it. I'm sick of hearing these excuses. Well, she didn't get fair representation. Oh, she didn't have a lawyer. So what the train of thought over there? She can just do whatever the hell she wants. Some great advice they gave her last time, which got her into all this shit in the first place. Okay, what happened last time? She got picked up by police. She spent 3 days in jail. Got released to her so-called husband of hers that enables her every step of the way. And got bench probation. And these people, as Noodle pointed out today, people are having her, Mrs. Portland, on their panels, joining in on the Noodle Mash bashing. Oh, because they don't like Noodle Mash. It's okay for her to come on and violate a court order. Not only did she violate a court order, she's violating the terms of her probation. Yikes. They're the most dense people over there I've seen. It's like, here we go again with the hate streams. What are they gonna do? Tell her some more lies so she gets up and starts with her threats? It is wrong, Julie, eh? They even encourage her to do some of this shit because they want some, in my opinion, they want some cheap entertainment, which utterly is disgusting. Yeah, Patty, you're absolutely right. She was almost iced out for her own good, and they strung her back in. So why doesn't she just do it on her series of channels and say, okay, you're on your own, Kelly. We're not going to contribute to the delinquency, your delinquency here. If you're going to sit there and what you call and violate a court order, violate your probation, you're going to do it all on your own. We're not going to sit there and give you a platform to do so. But these people, all clouded by hatred, sit there and say, "Come on up, Mrs. Portland. We'll rub your back. We'll scratch your back for you. We'll be there every step of the way until the warrant's issued for your arrest." And then they're going to go on their moral outrage tour as they did last time. and then they're going to say, "How dare you? How dare you report?" This is what they're probably going to say. "Oh, how dare Noodle Mash report her for violating her probation?" Well, here's what I have to say to that. If she wasn't violating her probation in the first place, there would be nothing to report to the court or to the police. And Mrs. Portland has no right to sit there and stalk, harass, bully anyone. Well, I had to really think about this, and I think she has this attitude where she thinks she can do what the hell she wants to do. And she wants to live life on her terms, and she's not going to sit there and be told what to do. She's going to sit there and, if she gets into trouble, she's just going to yell her cry her disability in court. But look what happened look what happened last time, how that turned out. Look how the court handled that. She's not legally insane. She's fully competent to stand trial. Perhaps maybe it had something to do with her sentencing. I don't know. It was actually her first offense. So the judge said, okay, let's try probation. But from me observing Mrs. Portland since I've been here, she doesn't follow the rules. She doesn't follow anyone's rules. So if let's just put let's just put Robbie or Jamie, for example. They set up some boundaries for their channel for Mrs. Portland to be there. Mrs. Portland didn't like those boundaries and she started to rebel. And they were actually reasonable rules or boundaries. Yeah, Portland is headed back to the county jail. It's just a matter of time. Since she's violating her probation, you know what happens to people who violate their probation, right? So some people, since this was her first offense last time, she got bench probation. Hey, Jason. Hey, 71. So she got bench probation, which in my opinion, she should have got supervised. What supervised probation, everyone knows, is she has to report to probation, either Zoom or in person. It would be like once a week or every other week or once a month. And if she violated her probation, the probation department would be notified with proof of the violations, and probation would file the paperwork that she violated her probation to the court. But as Noodle explained, it's bench probation, and it's with the judge. So basically what bench probation is don't get yourself into trouble within 18 months. Here are the terms of your probation. If I find out you violated it, a warrant will be issued. Oh, really? I don't know if she was on panel today, Tracy, but she was on panel. You'd have to ask Noodle Mash that. I'm just responding to some of the things she said today on her live. She has been violating her probation. She was on Sophie's, according to what I'm hearing. And it's getting out of hand. Yeah. And they think they're the most intelligent people on the planet, and they're not. I'm even willing to admit I don't know everything. I may know some subjects more than others, but I'm no lawyer. Hey, OG. I'm no lawyer, but I can at least understand basic procedures. I come from the true crime community. I've been following cases for some years now. I could at least I know courtroom procedure. A few things like that. I could at least look up the law and see, oh, this is against the law. Here's the sentence for for this and that. But if I don't know how to do something or something, there's always the internet to look things up. They act like know-it-alls over at Sophie's. And I'm not kidding. They act like know-it-all morons. Oh, them people, you know? All they do is hate, 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 hate. So many people are thinking, okay, what's going to happen to Mrs. Portland? Is she going to go to jail? Not necessarily. The judge could have pity on her and extend her probation. I've been seeing some of these online judges, when they violate, extend their probation. That's often a common second offense. It depends on the severity of it, of the violation. However, it's in the process, OG. She did violate her probation. It's just getting it and getting the paperwork in to the court for her to have a hearing. Her violation hearing. Now, a few things could happen. The judge can find that she's not in violation of her conditions, said conditions. The judge could find her in violation of her probation and extend her probation from 18 months to a longer term. Or the judge can violate her probation and sentence her to jail. Or a combination of both. Well, we all know that Mrs. Portland doesn't know the truth if it hit her in the face. Yeah, they could fine her too. They could fine her, but I don't know how that would but Jason, they already gave her evaluations, mental evaluations. And what does she do to with mental health? She lies to them. OG Fish, they're not going to remand her. They're going to give her a bail amount, but it's not going to be a cheap bail. For the probation violations, in my state, the base bail amount is $25,000. That's the typical that's the general amount in the bail book. Yeah, they can remand her, Navigator. You're absolutely right. They can remand her, or they can set a bail amount, the statutory by Oregon law. Hey, Jamie. They could remand her into custody or give her like a $25,000 bail, which she probably wouldn't make anyway. And 3 days in jail wasn't good enough for her to learn her lesson from. Yeah, that is sad. That is sad, Patty. She had 24/7 defender, public defender for months. Poor lady quit her job. I never saw proof of that, Patty, but I wouldn't be surprised. You never know with the judge, Jason. You can't predict these legal proceedings. However, there was one judge I watched online. I watched some of these judges, I might just do another stream with live court in session. Oh, Patty. But the one judge was getting pissed off with a mouthy defendant. And she took a plea bargain from the state. And this girl was a little disrespectful in court. And the judge actually went before she said, I accept this plea agreement. And she asked the defendant, did you know is a term of your probation, I can send you to jail as a term of your probation. I can send you to jail for an attitude adjustment for as long as I need to. And then she asked, did your attorney explain that to you? And I was like, whoa. I never knew that. I never knew a judge could do that. So that's another option. The judge can extend her probation, but she could say, okay, I'm gonna require 3 months in jail or something like that for an attitude adjustment. Because she clearly doesn't get the gravity of her actions. Or she just doesn't care. I don't think she even cares. To be honest with you. Yeah, Navigator. Probation has gone swimmingly for her so far. She thinks she's untouchable. She thinks she did nothing wrong. As you said, 71. So it's like, you got a point there, Navigator. I haven't thought of it that way. She doesn't give a shit. She's not used to facing consequences, and that's absolutely right. She's not used to facing consequences all her life. So when she gets arrested for violating a court order and she does 3 days, she says, oh, 3 days is nothing. Let me just cry to the judge. I just want to do my crafts and for people to leave me alone. So what did I do? I said, okay, I'll leave her alone. As long as she's leaving everyone else alone. If she wants to do her crafts, that's just fine with me. That's just fine with me if she wants to do her crafts, as long as she's not hurting anyone else. And not telling lies about people and bullying people and shitting on people or scamming people. Because I think here's the thing. This is just my opinion, of course, but I think she came to this community not to make friends, but to make money. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with coming here to make money. However, she does it in a manner that's unethical and abusive. What I mean by that is she comes in, says something as crazy or as controversial as she can. People start talking about it. She gets pissed off at the clapback. And then she goes, plays it like a pro, and says she's getting bullied and hate attacked again. And then you see, and then people tune in to her crying with fake tears. But she never forgets to have her PayPal and Cash App underneath the screen. Please give me money, please. So I think part of it's an act in a way to or at first it was an act to get cash. She wants to be looked upon about as the victim. She plays the victim complex, and it worked at first. It worked at first, you know. People were giving her gifts, and then when she had her little fallout or she got mad at someone, she tells everyone, "Oh, I took it to Goodwill or burned in my fireplace." So then people said, "Okay, fuck this. I'm not gonna send her any money. I'm not gonna send her any gifts." And her Cash App or PayPal is dry as a brick. I can't stand a liar either, Patty. I can't stand a liar. And when I came on the scene, I wasn't supporting her behavior. There was a few people that were going real life on her. And I was like telling people, stop it. Just because she posts a coffin pic, or just because she posted something controversial or something, isn't a license to call the police for a welfare check. Now, granted, I did see her threaten to hurt herself. And I'm sure people call the cops then. And I don't blame them. I don't blame anyone who called the cops if she said specifically, I'm going to off myself, I'm going to unalign myself, and I have a plan to do it. Then that's a justified call. But some people were like, oh, she posted a coffin pic. What's she talking about? Oh, she must be talking about unaliving herself. So let me call the cops for a welfare check. It doesn't really work that way. And then she'd post the police going to her house on her channel, and then she cried victim. And then people would go over to her channel and antagonize her, tease her in chat. And I was like thinking, okay, you don't like I can understand why you don't like the woman. She could be extremely nasty, goes below the belt, has no boundaries. But then you sit there and you go into her chat under an alt, and then you antagonize the woman. And then she screams, "Get the fuck out of my chat." And then a few people were caught sending nasty emails to her. But I think she was sending some of them to herself. I'm not going to sit there and I don't think she'd send feces to herself, but I have my own suspect on who did that one. I'm just not going to name a name because I can't prove it. I have no proof on who sent Mrs. Portland feces in the mail. But at the same time, you don't sit there and accuse someone of doing so without any proof. She had absolutely no proof to accuse anybody. The only thing she could show is a package of what was it, horse shit or something, or it smelled like it in the mail. It probably wasn't even horse shit. It's just probably one of those gags that it just smells like it from overseas. Dog shit, horse shit. But she continues to yeah, Navigator. Yeah, and I'm sure some of the emails were from her just to get attention. Oh, please feel sorry for me. Because but here's one thing that I'm just going to say about this. She burned gifts in the fireplace, shredded shirts, t-shirts. Or sold or took goods given to her to Goodwill. But she never ever returned money. She never burned the money in her fireplace. Patty, no one's ever really going to know who actually sent that synthetic poop. So I don't think it's actually worth speculating. I do have one deranged individual in mind. Or two of them. But I'm not going there. I'm not really going there because it's this whole thing with Mrs. Portland is just, I'm shaking my head. It's like she doesn't want to learn anything. Yeah, I feel sorry. I feel real bad for Noodle and to get all this harassment. I don't think they're blind to the truth. 100%, Julie. I think they hate Noodle for some reason. She left Natasha. She and all that. So it's a combination. And they just use Mrs. Portland as their poster child or poster. And that's even sadder. Because all she does is she knows how to lie. Yeah, Navigator, it's like Mrs. Portland can't even take a joke sometimes, Mm-hmm. So yeah, so I thought Mrs. Portland actually calmed a little bit down, but apparently she hasn't. So all right, let's move on to the next topic. All right. So that turtle boy really got to me when I was watching it on Jamie's. It was like that guy reminded me so much of Bullhorn Betty, Molly Golightly, and JLR. Seriously. That bunch over there. But then I was thinking while I was watching, and I'm like saying, wait a minute. This guy, Turtle Boy, is 20 times worse. This guy takes a side in a criminal case and starts harassing everyone, stalking everyone involved. Now, I'm not going to take a position in the Karen Reed case. I don't know the facts, but I do admit there's probably reasonable doubt to be had. The wounds don't really match up. It could be a knife. It could be from a dog. It could be from glass. If the windshield was damaged. But you have to note that he was wearing a coat when he was found. So if he was hit with the vehicle with a coat and he was hit with a car in the driveway and he actually hit the windshield, I don't think he would have had those wounds. So I'm eliminating glass. So it was probably either a knife or a dog. So that's probably unreasonable doubt if I was on the jury. But I'm also going to comment that if I was on this turtle guy's jury on the charges where what he's charged with, what is it, 9 counts of witness intimidation, based on the evidence Jamie presented on his live yesterday, which by the way, good job, Jamie. I'd probably find him guilty because you don't do that. It's wrong for one, and then that's not what criminal cases are about. However, He's claiming, this guy's claiming freedom of the press. Now, if this guy actually called him up once or twice and asked for an interview or for the scoop, all right. Most reporters are going to, investigative reporters are going to may call witnesses. I actually had to think about that. Yeah, so, some investigative reporters may do that, maybe once or twice, and if they say no comment, I don't want to talk to the press. Most reporters are going to leave you alone. Okay, this one has said no comment. I'm not talking. But this guy sits there and doxes the witnesses, puts their personal information on the internet. This guy calls them murderers, slander, defamation, and then follows them, which is called stalking, to their personal lives. So he actually went to one of the witnesses' kids' football or baseball games or something like that. So that's actual intimidation and stalking. Oh, yikes, 71. Yikes. Yikes. This guy needs to go to jail. He follows these people around, camps outside their businesses, calling them murderers, passing out flyers, when there's absolutely no evidence to support these conspiracy theories. Bye-bye, Meth Amber. So this and then this guy starts making threats and going to the district attorney, and it's like all JLR and Bullhorn Betty and what's that wench's name? Robbie's Slobby's friend. Oh, Molly Golightly, yeah. That Marissa, whatever you want to call her. What they do is they go by the Bullhorn, they go up in Dolly Vision. They they come up with these conspiracy theories. And they go by they go protesting at what they call protesting at people's neighbor's house or suspects' neighbor's house with these nasty accusations. And most of the time they get it wrong. So Bullhorn Betty, she likes to it's what she thinks, it's what Dolly Vision thinks. They run with it. They go live outside these people's homes. They harass the neighbors. It's not called protesting. Another word for it is heckling. I think it should be illegal. But they harass people on the pretext of the First Amendment. the right to assemble. The same way this turtle guy is doing it, but this turtle guy goes steps further. This turtle guy goes and follows them to personal events, like their kid's birthday that perhaps like it was like Chuck E. Cheese's or a kid's football game or baseball game, somewhere where it's a public place. And that's plain old disgusting. Because and then heckle these false accusations. So this turtle guy is worse than the piece of shit Bullhorn Betty's crew. 100% down, in my opinion. But they're in the same category. They're in the tragedy pimp business. And it was like I wasn't actually surprised by what I saw. Dollars raised out of 100. Are you kidding me? I don't think a lawyer is going to cost him $100,000. Get real. Maybe 15,000 or 20 grand for a lawyer, but I don't think a lawyer is going to actually cost him 100 grand. I think he's just trying to cash in on his arrest. To be honest with you. Just making sure. Okay. And let's go over to this idiot real quick before we go tonight. You still up? Okay. Here we go. View this little all right. Trigger warning. This person's obsessed. All right. Here we go. So Glenn decided to make some content on me. He decided to get clip me over at Slobby's, telling him go fuck himself. And he clipped it. And here's my response to you, Glenn. I don't give a shit if you clip me. It's a who cares moment. Because I know if I click a link, I'm subject to being clipped. So nice try, you dumb idiot. You think you're gonna So let's review him again, shall we? So he thinks that NC has the best singers. I thought Glenn hates Natasha. But apparently his obsession with Jamie. Now here's one for Amber. Oh, how lovely, isn't this? Isn't this? Now she's... Now here's one for CJ. Now she has a video for CJ. Yeah, I call this now a fake attempt. So now Glenn is going down low below the belt and making fun of someone's unaliving attempt. Now, I'm going to say this again to anyone who may be listening. If it was a fake attempt, I'm not saying it is, that would be a cry for help. It would take someone with a mental health problem to do that. All right. So if CJ did take a bunch of pills, that's bad too. But here's the important thing. CJ's all right. Okay? But here's what we see here with Glenn. So here we go, the usual. So here we go. Nasty little photo of Noodle. She actually looks pretty good, though. We all know his intent is to harass, but here's one of Jamie looks good here. So there's a rainbow. Okay, I get it. So here we go. Let's have a talk about the dirty noodles. Oh yeah, I forgot to say Gimbals and Craftles is back. And they decided to name their show And We're Back. What did we miss? And I'm just going to say this. We didn't miss them. I know I didn't. And things were a little more peaceful around here without them around. And now Glenn's was back right over there in their chat, ready to start trouble. And poor thing. Broadbusters decides to clip me saying fuck you to Robbie's face. I meant every word of it, Glenn. And I can care less. So here we go. You see his obsession. Everything's about James. And then I'm stuck in there, and oh, they can't even get a damn police report right. Oh God, Lufa. What a reject from hell. So what? The police made a typo. Few typos on here. Yikes. Oh, so here we go. Here's the Crama Vault. But buying the ODN fake video. Oh dear. So here we go. Glenn buying fake video for his propaganda and hatred. Oh, poor thing. So because you got busted, are you gonna make some more threats, Glenn? Is that gonna make you warm and fuzzy inside? What a clown. Wouldn't that make you a clown, Glenn? Ooh. I know Glenn is trying to be relevant, right, Navigator? This never, this guy never seeks to amaze me, you know? Well, thank you. Well, they say over there that I don't know how to make people laugh. Well, everyone was laughing over at Siren Sunday night. Hey, PB and J. Yeah, I'm sick of it too. You know, I'm sick of all the videos of Amber and her daughter, and it's just getting to the point where it's. Yeah, lying with Trish is what I call her now because she can't even tell the truth either. So let me get this straight. So they get thrown out of Natasha's, lying with Trish and Glenn, along with Kimball's and Kraftles. Oh, wait a minute. Kimball's and Kraftles left Natasha and screwed them over. Then they went over to Granny's, screwed them over. So it's according to line with Trisha. So according to line with Trisha, it's everyone else's fault but theirs. That's true, Patty. And Sally has been a real bitch. Absolutely. So here we go. That's Glenn for you. Let's see here. Now he's calling the Old Dirty Creeper channel part of the Jamie Cocksucker Club. Okay, whatever. So here we go. Here's what I wanted to get at 12 days ago. Guess what I reported you for? Just guess. So here's the screenshot of Glenn. You can see Jamie's avatar in the background. So here we go, 12 days again. You see, this guy is like obsessed. So, what do we do with obsessed people on here? Okay, hold on just a second. Let me bring this up again. So just give me a second. So how do you trigger people like Glenn? Hmm? Anyone? No, not exactly, Jason. He'd be good. No, not say big words, but that's a good thing, Navigator. We go over to Jamie's and we go buy memberships. You hit Noodles and my super chat and memberships. So they get really, really, really pissed off. Because some people especially over at the I Hate Noodle Club, they made it perfectly clear that they hate when I make money, Jamie makes money, Noodle makes money. They don't like it when we make money on here. So Miss Monica actually opened up and said, "How dare you make money on YouTube?" So I want to congratulate Jamie on getting monetized again. So let's give him a round of applause. So I came on a little late today. I'm at usually my usual time actually. And I saw Jamie live and I was like, what's going on here? And I saw Jamie on. I said, oh, okay. I click on and I see, oh, he's monetized. He actually did it. And goes, oh, he has his memberships up. So I clicked his membership link and joined just to piss off Glenn and all them. Plus I love Jamie, so yeah, absolutely, Julie. It's also a good thing to do the obsessed haters over there. It's always good to have to keep their frown on. It's perfect. So if anyone hasn't membered up over at Jamie's, I suggest everyone go over and do so. Plus, I have my membership link pinned on top. So if anyone wants to member up, it's always appreciated. Yeah. Exactly, Patty. Blue was probably burning up Twitter over it. I was like laughing after Jamie went off and Noodle went on the air today because I was like laughing. These people are probably out of their minds that Jamie got monetized today again. Now it's time for Amber to get herself monetized. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be great? It's just the way to get them. So I just wanted to come on for a few minutes and talk about the Mrs. P thing and that Turtle Boy jackass. So I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. And I'll probably have game night on Thursday. So all right, everyone. I'll see you later. Till next time. Bye-bye.